Hello, my frostbitten little lovebirds. January, when hearts freeze solid, roses wilt in their wrappers, and romance rots faster than a body buried in winter soil. Valentine's Day is almost here, and nothing says true love like a shallow grave shared by two. Tonight's tale proves one simple truth. Love doesn't warm you up. It just gives the cold something to chew on. January was the month Janet Morgan hated most. The way the cold crept into her bones and never left. The way the house smelled stale and damp, no matter how often she scrubbed. The way her husband watched her, like she was something he owned. Cliff Morgan adored her. Too much. He memorized her breathing at night. Counted her footsteps from room to room. Ran his fingers slowly down her spine while she slept, whispering promises that felt more like threats. Forever. Always. You're mine. Janet wanted out. And love, real love, was waiting somewhere else. On the night of February 13th, snow fell thick and soundless over Crestwood County. Valentine decorations glowed faintly through the kitchen window, plastic hearts, red lights, cheap romance flickering against the glass. Janet told Cliff they needed to talk. That she wanted honesty. That things could still be fixed. He followed her outside. Behind the house, near the old shed, the snow had already been trampled flat. Her lover waited there in the dark, breath fogging the air, a shovel slick with melting ice clenched in his hands. The first blow crushed Cliff's cheekbone. The sound was wet and hollow, like stepping on frozen meat. He didn't die. He gasped. His mouth opened and closed, blood bubbling through broken teeth as he tried to say her name. Janet took the shovel from her lover's shaking hands. She brought it down. Again. And again. And again. Until Cliff Morgan's face stopped looking human, just red pulp, shattered bone glinting through torn skin. Blood steamed against the snow, turning it black. He was still breathing when they buried him. His chest hitched as dirt filled his mouth. Fingers twitched beneath the soil, scraping weakly at frozen roots until the ground finally went still. By morning, the storm erased everything. Love, Janet thought, was dead. She was wrong. 3 weeks later, Valentine's Day arrived. And her lover didn't come home. At first, Janet waited. Then she called. Then panic gnawed at her chest. 2 days later, she stood inside the Crestwood police station, voice shaking as she reported him missing. Officers took notes. Asked questions. Promised to look into it. They checked his apartment. His workplace. His car. Nothing. No blood. No signs of struggle. No body. Days passed. On the third night after the report, Janet dreamed. She stood beneath the Millstone Road railway underpass, where rusted beams dripped ice and the streetlights flickered like dying pulses. Her lover stood there, half hidden in shadow, chest heaving, mouth opening and closing like he was trying to scream underwater. Then she saw how he died. His body was folded backward over the rusted guardrail, spine snapped clean in two. Ribs crushed inward, organs pulped. Dirt and dead leaves were packed into his mouth so tightly his cheeks bulged grotesquely. His hands were clenched around something dark and wet. His heart. She woke screaming. By morning, the dream wouldn't fade. She returned to the police and told them exactly where to look. 2 officers drove out to Millstone Road, irritated but curious. Beneath the underpass, half buried in snow and trash, they found him, exactly as Janet described. Frozen solid. Broken. Mouth stuffed with soil and wilted rose petals. Dead for days. After that, the house changed. The air grew colder no matter how high she turned the heat. The smell of damp earth and iron filled the halls. Dirt appeared beneath her fingernails when she woke. On the 8th night after the body was found, Janet dreamed of her husband. At first, it was just breathing. Slow. Wet. Close. Then one night, she woke and saw a silhouette standing in her bedroom doorway. Tall. Still. Watching. She blinked. Morning light filled the room. The next night, it stood at the foot of the bed. Blink. Morning. Each night, it crept closer, patient, inevitable. Frost formed on the inside of the windows. Worms appeared in the sink. Janet stopped sleeping. Stopped eating. On the 15th night, the silhouette stood beside her. She couldn't blink. The shape leaned forward, and the smell hit first: rot, grave water, copper. Then the voice bubbled through a crushed throat, dirt spilling with every word. You promised. The lights went out. Neighbors reported screams that night, long ones. Wet ones. The kind that break into choking sounds and then stop suddenly. Police found the house unlocked. The bedroom floor was slick with blood, frozen in place. The mattress had collapsed inward, soaked black. Bloody drag marks led through the hallway and out the back door. Behind the shed, the snow had been disturbed. 2 graves lay open. One was empty. By Valentine's Day morning, the storm came again. Fresh snow buried everything smooth. No footprints. No signs of struggle. Just silence. Looks like love finally kept its word, kiddies. Because when you make promises in blood, the dead have very long memories. So remember, romance fades, passion lies, and guilt never sleeps. It just waits in the doorway. Watching. Sweet screams, my little heartbreakers. And until next time, keep your vows honest. And your graves empty.